hate them. I hate computers sometimes. All right, now this that we're having is macaroni and cheese, which is a good macaroni and cheese. Plus we have a can of greens. With diced tomatoes that went into the this is like the shells and cheese dinner. Okay, now Glory brand. Sorry for the shaky camera. Glory brand simply seasoned mixed greens. Real Southern style. So this is Southern style mixed greens. So that's what we're having for supper. Mom cooked this up a little bit. So, hey there, Street Life, Snake Life, yeah? Good to see you, Street Life. Street Life, I wanted to go ahead and tell you what's going on with the campers. Now, I had campers. Okay, 2 truck campers, Street Life. I had 2 truck campers now. I sold the free truck camper. Recently, I got a free truck camper. Ronnie, hey, here's my original camper now. These older campers with the tripod jacks. I saved 2 jacks off the free camper. I saved 2 jacks off the free one. And I took this bracket off of the free camper. Now here's the bracket, okay? It's a jack bracket. And there's the new jack bracket off the free camper. That came off the free camper, that jack bracket did. So, and here's the jack bracket in place. These older campers are made, see, I got it marked. Now, I'm going to switch it to 4 instead of 3. The older truck campers have 3. 1 jack on one side, and then 2 jacks on the other side. See, here's the jack bracket. See, there's a bracket right there. There's a jack here, and a jack here. Maybe I'll go to corner jacks eventually. So, and then it came with 3. That's what it came with. I want to upgrade to 4. So the free camper is gone. Someone came and got it yesterday. These people are nomads, living in their trucks, sleeping in their pickup truck. They're sleeping in their pickup truck. So they came and got the camper, $50. The free camper. So I got the trailer now. Yeah. I got the trailer still. My vintage travel trailer. It's a 1966 volunteer, made in Tennessee. Hey there, Twin Queen Bee. It's a 1966 volunteer, made in Tennessee. 13.5-foot body. Now, I'm going to take, I think, I guess I'll go ahead and keep this trailer. I'll go ahead and keep this 1966 volunteer travel trailer. Because it's got a title and registration and everything, okay? I've got a 66 volunteer. So this is where the stove went. Take the stove out of my truck camper and put it in here because it's got more space. And then the truck camper, I'll get just a cooktop for the truck. Well, yeah, Street Life, exactly. Well, I'm going to tell you, McSpeed, I got rid of that free truck camper, that 69 truck camper, McSpeed. I got rid of that thing. It's gone now, and I got my 66 volunteer. McSpeed. I got my 66 volunteer travel trailer. And I'm going to make this my woodworking project. Now, this is my project trailer. My truck camper, my Coachman is not too bad off now. It's not really. I'm switching to 4 jacks instead of 3. But my 66 volunteer is a restoration rebuild. And people are starting to go to older campers. So I always wanted a travel trailer. So, yeah, all the cabinets in here are real wood. This thing is rotten because this thing's been in the woods for 40 years, 30 years. This thing has been sitting in the woods for 30 years, abandoned for 30 years. Congrats on selling the other camper. It's a good move. Yeah, McSpeed. $50 for a free camper, and I got 2 jacks. These 2 jacks that came out, it came with 2 jacks, the other one did, the free one. So I took free jack, that's a fat jack. Oh yeah, Ronnie Braun. I got 2 free jacks that came with the free camper. I sold the free camper without jacks, okay? I sold it, they didn't get the jacks. I kept the jacks. I got the jacks. They didn't get them. I got the jacks and I got a bracket, an extra bracket. plus I've been looking for one of these too. Okay, this is a vintage sconce. Now, these are expensive online. Now, I'm going to put this vintage sconce up in here somewhere, okay? These are like cone-shaped sconces from the 60s. I got that out of the truck camper, and I'm going to put it in here. And in the truck camper, I'm going to go with a convection microwave. A convection microwave in the truck camper with a cooktop. Because the truck camper is not big enough for a stove with an oven in it. It's not big enough for a stove with an oven. The truck camper's not. It doesn't need a stove with an oven because it's too small. I don't have any place for a microwave. So I'm going to get a convection microwave that you can bake in a convection microwave oven. Get that with a cooktop, like a little cooktop, and that's what I'll have in the truck camper because I don't have enough room for a full oven anyway. This camper here, I'll take my oven and put it right in here. And in this camper here, I'll put a diesel heater in here. I'll put a diesel heater in here. And a wood-burning stove. Well, yeah, but I got rid of all the critters. It did have rat nests, mouse nests in it. It was full of nests, Street Life. And this is where the furnace, there was a furnace in here. But this is going to be, there's a furnace in here. But it's going to be my diesel heater in here. A Chinese diesel heater. Here's my bathroom. It's got a bathroom, so. Yeah. Okay. Those people were so religious people. The guy was a Christian, you know. And he was grateful to get that camper. So, yeah, I've never had a travel trailer before, so. Yeah, this is a 1966. Yeah, amazing, Mixed B. Yes, a 1966 this camper is. And what I'm going to do in this camper is birch paneling. Are you all familiar with birch paneling in the 50s and 60s? This came with a cardboard type ceiling. This camper came with like a cardboard. It's like a really heavy cardboard. Artificial wood cardboard. It's like a cardboard ceiling. I'm going to go with block foam insulation, maybe. Miss B, what do you think about block foam insulation? This has got more room than the truck camper, and it's a lot more comfortable because it's got more room in it. So I'd like to do this camper totally in birch paneling like the 50s. Birch paneling on the ceiling, birch paneling on the walls. I think that's the vintage look, and it's going to be worth more money if it has vintage birch paneling inside of it. So originally it had this kind of paneling with grooves in it. And that cardboard ceiling, but I'll do the birch paneling. So, yeah, there's my extra bracket, 4 jacks instead of 3. I'll take this jack up. There's a metal plate on the inside of here. I'll take this jack pad off of here, this jack mount off of here, and I'll put it up here on the corner. And I'll take that free jack pad. I took off the free camper and I put it right here on the back corner so it'll mimic the other side of the camper. So I'll take the stove out of here and I'll put it in the trailer and I'll get a convection microwave with a little convection microwave with just a little cooktop, you know, just a little cooktop out of a pop-up or something. And I'll put, you can see this is where the fiberglass is cracked. But I can fix it, you know, it's cracked, so. You know, and I'm going to use a portable hot water heater. So I can use a portable hot water heater in the truck camper or the trailer, either one. A fourth between the campers. So I don't have to buy 2 sets of everything, man. I don't have to take 2 sets of everything. It's important that I don't want to use 2 sets of everything. So people have been wanting the trailer. I've got a nice little countertop oven. Works good. Oh, Ronnie Brown, that's good. I just did a diesel heater. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to use birch paneling in the trailer. Again, here's the guys. So, a mixed feed one. What do you think about what kind of insulation are you going to use in your truck camper? That's a good thing to ask. I got some salt, guys. This kitchen's a mess. I'm sorry. Excuse this kitchen. It's just a mess. But I've got to have a little salt. We just got to have a little bit. Give a little bit. Give a little bit of my love to you. Give a little bit. Give a little bit of my love to you. Give a little bit. Long time ago, church bells all were broken, and the 3 men I admire most Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. They caught the last train for the coast. The day the music died, they were singing, bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee. Oh, a mailman? Um, oh, the point of view of a mailman. Phone board? Yeah, phone board, McSpeed 1, that's great. Portable heaters are great, just don't leave it outside during freezing weather. Yeah, I know what you mean. Countertop oven, that's great stuff, guys. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, guys. McSpeed 1, thank you for coming. I appreciate you're doing good with your truck camper, McSpeed 1. You're doing really good. It's turning out real well. And so, yes. And so, I've been reading up about. Interestingly enough, there is a high. Blah, 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 blah. I've been reading up a whole lot about this device starts to mess with me. Starts to mess with me. But yeah, just eating a little bit, and well, I'm glad I made it. There go blah 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 blah. What in the heck is it doing? What the heck is it? Blah 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 blah. Son of a bitch, crazy thing. Okay, now there's a guy too I've been watching. His name's T.R. Bolin. And McSpeed 1, I've been watching him too. This guy's name here is McSpeed T.R. Bolin. He did really good with his truck camper. He's going to start going to insulation too as well. And so he's doing that too. Yeah, that's what he's been doing. I've been watching him too. So McSpeed 1, have you been? Oh, thank you, McSpeed 1. Yeah, well, up in Alaska, it's cold up in Alaska. Now, I'd like to visit Alaska now. There's something I'd like to visit, McSpeed. One is called this Alaskan Highway. Up to the Arctic Ocean, that Alaskan Highway. Now, someday I'd like to travel the Alaskan Highway. You know, McSpeed 1, I am an oddball. I'm an oddball. I like cold weather. I like camping in cold weather. I like to brave the elements and that brave cold weather. It's an exciting thrill. Snowboarding, a snowmobile. A clean record. Yeah, I've got a clean record, Street Wife. I do. Why did you ask me that for? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like cold weather. Do I have a clean record, Street Life? Yeah, I have a squeaky clean record. Street Life, is it dangerous for people to see your license plate number? I really don't have anything to be ashamed of. I've never been convicted of a crime. You know, Eric Jacobs, that nomadic fanatic. People say that Eric Jacobs is a convicted criminal. I've got a squeaky clean record up to now, street life. Squeaky clean. I've never been in jail up to now, so far. So I got a squeaky clean record. Never been in jail. Yeah, I mean, the main thing, I guess some people that are van life people, some of these people are good people, but some of these van life people are not good people, you know. Not good people to mess with. I know Gerald, Coates, he talks bad about people and stuff, but I think Gerald has never been in jail either. I think Coates has a pretty clean record, you know. But, I think Gerald has a pretty clean record too. Well, what I was going to say is Americans, we're making such a big deal about the border wall, Trump's border wall, and keeping the immigrants out. People are making such a big deal out of Trump's border wall and keeping the immigrants out, but that's what Canada does. I mean, they do the same thing. I mean, Canada keeps the immigrants out and the criminals out. What's the difference? Canada does it. Why can't we do it? Oscar Doofus, that's a good thing about Coates, you know? That's one thing I can hand it to Coates, you know? You can hand it to Coates. Yeah, yeah, people that burglarize, break into houses or whatever, people like that just seem to be messed up, you know? People that have been in trouble for burglary and everything else, people like that are just messed up. They're disturbed, you know? They'll break into a house or commit a violent crime. People can maybe try to change and get religion and get God, but basically a person like that is something fundamentally wrong. There's something fundamentally wrong with a person who would commit a crime and break into some place, you know, break into a house or whatever, or break into a business and steal. The person that would do that is just fundamentally screwed up, you know, that would actually do that, commit a crime. Because pedophiles, people that are pedophiles, people that actually do pedophilia, rape, or whatever, there's something really wrong with a person who would do these things. Because in our minds, we all know right from wrong, you know? We all know right from wrong. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, street life. But you have to keep you out of trouble, huh? Keep young people out of trouble, that's for sure. But yeah, I just feel like people that commit these crimes and are judging or hating, people that commit crimes and stuff are just fundamentally, there's something fundamentally wrong with them. Because we all have a conscience in our heart and mind. We all know there's a such thing as right and wrong, you know? And unless you're starving or hungry, stealing and breaking in and stuff, mugging, and stuff like that, once a criminal, always a criminal. Because most people, most of us street life and coats, most of us would never do anything like that, commit a real crime or anything like that. Most people would never do these kinds of things. Most of us would never do these kinds of things. And it takes a person really screwed up in the head to do these things because a normal person wouldn't commit all these crimes and live a life of crime and commit all these crimes because it's not something that normal people do. It's not something normal people do, committing crime. Because, I mean, if you go out and get drunk once, and I can understand, you get drunk and drive drunk, and it's a habit, it's something you do. I had one too many, but, well, I guess, committing crime, drinking, driving drunk. No DWI either going to Canada. Yeah, I never had one of those either. Well, I was driving drunk a few times. And, I almost got somebody killed and never did, but, it's not good going to a club and drinking and having fun, but having to be the designated driver. It's never good drinking and being a designated driver. You can't, because we had to have a designated driver. You can't have fun because you have to drive. We're living in Richmond, driving to Lexington to go to the bars. You've got to have a way to stay at someone's house if you're going to go clubbing in another city. Just like if you live in another little city outside of Atlanta, Georgia. What? If you lived in um, a little city, hey, if you lived in a little city outside of Chicago, and then you go into Chicago, go clubbing, you got to have somebody to stay with in the city if you're gonna. If I'm hungry, no food, I go fishing. I know what you mean. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna do some stuff online, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Like, share, subscribe, join the revolution, and I will catch you where the sun don't shine. Amen.